They lied to you about the job, and hardly anyone notices. I'm going to tell you something you probably never heard in school. Most workers don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they're following a plan that was never designed to set them free. And the most worrying thing is that millions of people follow that same path every day, believing they're doing the right thing. From a young age, we're taught a seemingly perfect formula. Study, get a job, work hard, and one day you'll have a good life. But there's a problem. That formula worked decades ago. Today, the world has changed. Thousands of people work 40 hours a week, for years, for decades, and yet they live worried about bills, worried about debt, worried about the future. Then an uncomfortable question arises. If working hard were enough, why are so many people still trapped? The first mistake most workers make is believing their salary is their greatest asset. But a salary has a huge problem. It depends entirely on your time, and time is limited. Every day you trade hours of your life for money. And as long as you continue to depend solely on that, there will always be limits. Because no one can work 24 hours a day. No one can indefinitely multiply their time. The second mistake most workers make is spending first and thinking later. They get a paycheck, they buy a new phone, they buy new clothes, they go out to celebrate. And when it's time to invest, there's nothing left. Most people think investing is something you do with leftover money. But financially savvy people understand things differently. They invest first and spend what's left. It's a small change, but it can change your whole life. Imagine two people. They both earn exactly the same salary. The first spends everything they earn. The second invests only a small percentage each month. At first, the difference seems invisible. After 1 year, the difference still seems small. After 3 years, it starts to become noticeable. After 10 years, their lives seem to belong to completely different worlds. Because wealth is rarely built with large amounts of money. It's built with habits, with discipline, with smart decisions repeated over years. And that's a lesson most people learn too late. This is where most workers make one of the most costly mistakes of their lives. They confuse assets with liabilities. They buy things that take money out of their pockets, thinking that one day they'll make them rich. But the reality is very different. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. The difference seems simple, but millions of people go through their entire lives without understanding it. A business that generates income. An asset. An investment that produces profits. An asset. A skill that allows you to earn more money. That's also an asset. Assets work to build your future. But many people spend their entire salary on things that depreciate. Items that need maintenance. Items that generate more expenses. Items that look like wealth, but that actually delay their financial freedom. Most workers don't have a problem with effort. They have a problem with direction. They work hard, they sacrifice, they push themselves every day. But often they build wealth for others, while neglecting their own. That's why today, I want to leave you with a question. The next time you earn money, are you going to spend it all? Or are you going to use some of it to build assets that work for you? Because your financial future doesn't depend on how much you earn. Don't work just for money. Build assets. Follow me for more financial education.